Hey everybody, my name is Jeff Heffler. I'm the director of bands at Paredes Middle School, and I'm here today as a part of our Introduction to Band series to introduce you guys to a little bit of breathing for what we do in band class. Now, we call it How to Breathe, but we know that you've been breathing for quite a long time. You would not be alive if you could not do so. However, for band class, we're going to be playing on instruments that are anywhere between 6 and 15 feet long. And to be able to push your air through an instrument that's 15 feet long, we're going to go through just a couple of best practices to be able to make the best sounds on our instrument. And it's going to be a little bit different from some of what you've done before. So we have 3 rules. Our first rule, we're going to breathe in through our mouth, and we're going to breathe out through our mouth. We're going to call those inhaling, breathing in, and exhaling, breathing out. You'll hear me use those terms a lot through this class. Now, we don't want to use our nose. Our nose is not our friend when we're in band class because our nose is not as big as our mouth. I have a pretty big nose. However, when I take a breath in, if I drop my jaw and I take in my biggest, deepest breath, I'm able to get in more air faster by using my mouth rather than my nose. If we hear you sniffling, you're probably doing something wrong. Rule now, when you inhale, you're going to pull the air down through your body as far as possible. If your lungs fill up completely, there's a little muscle inside right below your lungs. It's called a diaphragm. And when your lungs are full, your diaphragm is going to expand just a little bit. And when it does that, it's going to force your stomach outwards just a little bit. So when you see that stomach move out, that's a sign that your body is full of air. If your shoulders are moving, that is a sign you are doing something wrong because your shoulders don't take any air in. Your shoulders connect your arms to your torso. So if they're moving around, they don't take any air inside of them. We want to make sure all of the air goes down and not our body goes up. Rule number 2, whenever you breathe, we want 3 things out of the air that comes out of it: smooth, steady, and fast. We want your air to come out without any disruptions, without any sort of tightness in your throat, without any starts and stops. We want your air to be steady. We want your air to be the same at the beginning of your exhale as it is at the end of your exhale. And finally, we want your air to be fast. Your fast air is going to make the best sound out of your instrument. You're going to get that by pushing the air several feet in front of you. Again, we said your instruments are between 6 and 15 feet full of tubing and length to be able to get the sound from where you put it in your mouth. We call that the mouthpiece. To the end, it's usually called the bell. So we want to make sure we train ourselves by using that fast air so we're able to get it through the full length of our instrument. Now, if you are breathing like the Hulk, heavy and fast and big, that's not the type of air that we want. So instead, the air that we want to look for Hawkeye air. We want to look for the sort of air that's going to be fast, precise, and efficient. That air is going to move in one direction and it's going to stay in the same exact direction all the way through. So when we breathe, we want to think like it's Hawkeye shooting an arrow. Now, rule number 3, the last rule. Your best and fullest breath is going to come when you're standing or when you are sitting up tall. Slouching is going to get you less air and less sound on your instrument. Probably a worse sound on your instrument from that slouching. There's a reason why. When you slouch, your ribs are actually going to drop down and prevent your diaphragm from expanding. And if your diaphragm can't expand, you can't get in all your air. So if you look at this frumpy looking guy here, you can see the shoulders hunched over and those ribs are caving in a little bit on my body. Because of that, I'm not going to be able to make my best sound. This guy, on the other hand, this handsome gentleman right here, notice there's a straight line between his shoulders and his hips. It's up nice and tall. And also notice when they're seated, feet are flat on the floor. That's going to help keep us stable. That's going to help keep us supported. So we want to make sure we're in that nice straight line, and we want to make sure that our shoulders are just pulled back a teensy bit. That's going to make our best air happen. When we do our inhales and exhales, we're going to practice with our breathing just a little bit by itself to get us used to some of the air that we're going to use. For our inhale face, we're going to take our right hand and we're going to hold it up to our face. So we're going to go this one. We're going to take our right hand, we're going to put it right up like we're a librarian doing a shush, and we're going to put it with all 4 fingers up. We're going to take our left hand and we're going to put our left thumb at our belly button, and our fingers are going to rest right below our belly button. Our right hand is going to feel the air come in into our mouths, into our lungs. Our left hand is going to feel that diaphragm expand and is going to feel that stomach open up just a little bit. So we're going to put both our hands and set. When we exhale, that right hand is going to shoot out in front of us, meaning it's going to extend not 4 inches, not kind of sort of there. It's going to extend all the way out in front of us. And I'm going to imagine a little point, just kind of like Hawkeye we talked about. He's going to be precise. I'm going to imagine a little point about the size of a quarter on the center of my hand, and I'm going to aim my air directly there. I want to be able to feel my air. I want to be able to feel my air touch my hand when it's all the way extended. My left hand is going to stay at that belly button, and it's going to feel the abs push in. It's going to feel that stomach not expand, but get a little bit smaller, get tighter. We call that contracting. We're going to feel it contract just a little bit there. So we're going to take a moment. We're going to watch just a couple of videos of some breathing exercises here. You'll notice there's going to be a clicky thing that goes on. In this video, you're going to see me breathe in for 4 beats and out for 4 beats. Now notice, I'm breathing a little bit loudly to be obvious, but you can tell I'm taking in a lot of air. Also, if you notice, I am standing very still. My arm moves and my stomach expands and contracts just a little bit, but everything else stays right in place. Now, we're going to take just a second and we're going to practice that on our own. So, quick review before our practice. We have our 3 rules. We're going to inhale and exhale through the nose. We're going to keep it smooth, steady, and fast. We're going to think Hawkeye air, not Hulk air. Rule number 3, we're always going to stand or sit up nice and tall to get the most air into our bodies. All right, guys, now it's time for you to do some practicing of this breathing on your own. Let's remember, you're going to keep your right hand at your face, left hand at your belly. When you exhale, that right hand's going to shoot on out. So let's go ahead and get our hands set. Metronomes on. In for 4, out for 4. We'll do it 3 times. And ready, breathe in. In. Out. Blocking the camera there. In. And out. Last one. And out. Now in for 4, out for 8. Same thing, longer exhale. Ready, breathe in. We're going in. And out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And in. Keep it fast, smooth, and steady. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last one, breathe in. Ready and go. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Awesome. I hope that worked for you. That was a great introduction to the sort of air, the sort of energy you're going to use to play on your instrument. So, thank you very much for watching. As always, if you have any questions, reach out Blend, reach out email. We want to help you guys be successful at this, so please let us know any way we can help. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your day.